ready for it. I am so hooked. Just one more chapter. Just one more chapter. Hello, hello! Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another weekly reading vlog. I am super excited for this week's reading vlog because I'm really excited about the books I'm going to be reading for this. I have 2 books in mind, both of which are on my TBR for the month and will allow me to complete prompts for the Novice Path of the Magical Readathon. And the 2 books I really want to read this week are The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes and then the sequel, which is the Hawthorne Legacy. These are YA mystery thriller type vibes. They're supposed to be super fast paced, have you on the edge of your seat the whole way through, really exciting, keep you guessing. So I do fully expect to devour these. There is a good chance I will need another book to read this week because I have a lot of spare time while I'm waiting for my course to start for university, so I'll be doing a lot of reading and I do think I'm going to whiz through these books. I have very high hopes because my best friend has absolutely hyped them up to the max. She's actually loaned these to me, I do not own them. The second one isn't actually out yet. She actually loaned me her ARC. She has a book talk, so she got the ARC sent. I will link her book talk down below if you do want to have a little look at it. But these 2 will allow me to complete 2 of the prompts for the Novice Path for the Magical Readathon. The first one is Tower of Rumination to read a 5-star prediction. So I'm going to start with the first one and put it out for that prompt, expecting to give this one 5 stars. I feel like I'm just going to love it. It's been super hyped up to me. It's supposed to be really fun, really fast paced, really exciting, and we all know I love a mystery thriller, so very high expectations for this one. And the second prompt I have is the Aurelium Academy arc, read a book with a school setting. So I'm going to pop the second one in for that. I might be bending it, stretching it slightly because it's not fully set in a school, however there is a school in it. So there is a school setting within it, it's just not the entire setting, like it's not like at a boarding school or anything. So I might be slightly stretching that, but then G did say you could be as flexible as you want, so I'm going with it. But these books, if you didn't know, basically follow the character of Avery. She is a very hardworking young woman just trying to get through high school and get out of her miserable circumstances that she's been born into. But then an eccentric billionaire dies and leaves almost his entire fortune to Avery. And nobody knows why. She has no connection to this man. He has a whole family that he could have left it to. She has no idea why he's left it to her. So she moves into the mansion that she's inherited, which is filled with his family. So it then becomes a sort of winner takes all, everyone fighting to land this inheritance and work out why Avery's got it and how they can get their hands on it instead. So it has been compared to Knives Out, which is one of my favourite films. I actually might rewatch it this week because I feel like it's going to give me those vibes and I'm really going to want to watch it again. So I'm really hoping that is true. From the premise, I can see how that comes into play. But yeah, so excited to read these. Very excited for this week. I think it's going to be a good thriller, exciting, cozy week of good vibes. And I'm ready for it. Right now, however, what I really need to do is edit last week's vlog, which I have literally just finished. I will look the exact same in the final clip of last week's reading vlog. I think I'll go get a wee cup of tea or something, edit that just now. I think it's a long one, so it may take me a while. I really need to get into the swing of editing as I go and maybe editing like a little bit each day or something like that, because I always leave it till the last minute or like till the end and then there's so much footage to go through, so might not be fun, but hopefully it'll be a good vlog by the end of it. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, edit that just now, or edit a good chunk of it anyway, and then later on I will 100% be starting the Inheritance Games. I know Ro is doing her weekly Monday reading sprints, so I might tune into those later on and see if I can get a good bit read. So yeah, that is the plan. I will check in with you soon. lot later now. I did completely finish editing last week's vlog, got that uploaded and scheduled, so it will definitely have gone up on time for you guys last week, and hopefully you enjoyed it. Then just sort of chilled out for a bit, watched some TV with my mum, but this evening I have been on sprints with Ro. As I said earlier, I was planning on watching her sprints this evening anyway because I wanted to get a lot of reading done, and when Ro realised that, she slid into my DMs and ended up giving me a link. So we've been sprinting together on her channel tonight, and it has been lovely. I'm having such a nice evening with her and everyone in the comments. This is kind of like my return to sprinting. I feel like it's been a while since I was last on sprints and I forgot how much I loved them. Cannot wait to start my own weekly reading ones again. As of this week, I am starting again on Thursday evening and we'll be doing it every Thursday from now on. Very excited. But anyway, I have started the inheritance games. I have read 102 pages so far, so I'm a good bit into it, and I am absolutely loving this. It's giving me all the vibes that I thought it would, but it's even better. It definitely gives me Knives Out vibes, but it's also a very different sort of story. So we have got Avery, the young woman here, who, as I said earlier, she comes from nothing really. She lives with her sister. Her mum passed away and I don't think she ever really knew her dad as far as I'm aware. Her and her sister are half sisters from the dad. They had different mums. But yeah, I don't think she's really spoken about her dad that much. But anyway, she comes from nothing. She was working really hard through high school and working a job to try and get out of her circumstances. All she wanted to do was graduate school and move away. All she really wants to do is travel. But then she gets summoned to this will reading for Mr. Hawthorne, this billionaire, along with the rest of his family. And when they read out the will, he has left the majority of his 4.2 billion estate, monetary value, whatever, to her, and has left a very small amount to the rest of his family, including his 4 grandsons, which are the other people on this cover here. Part of the stipulation of the will is that she has to move into the mansion within 3 days of the reading of the will, and she has to stay there for a year, and she is not allowed to kick out any of his family who live there unless she has a really good reason to do so. So she has to live with these 4 boys, and I think their mum and her sister, although I'm not sure if they're actually living there. The mum must be living there, I'm assuming. But all we're really seeing is the 4 boys, to be honest. We've seen a little bit of the other family members, but the main thing is the boys. So she has to live with them and go to school with them, so there is a school setting at their very prestigious, like, affluent, rich school. And at the moment she is trying to work out obviously why she has been chosen to inherit this estate, as are the rest of the family, and they're obviously very unhappy about the current situation, which is where you're getting the sort of Knives Out aspect to it. But it is all quite tense and mysterious. There's a lot about riddles and puzzles because the grandfather used to create lots of riddles and puzzles for his grandsons, and there isn't this idea that maybe her being chosen for the inheritance is a sort of puzzle or riddle of its own for them all to figure out. This mansion is massive and full of tons of secret passageways. So it's all very mysterious and intriguing and exciting, and so far it is very fast paced. We got started right away with her being summoned to this will reading, and then obviously she had to move in straight away. She's gone to the school already. It's all moving very fast and I am so hooked. I'm also pretty sure she's going to have a sort of love triangle with 2 of the brothers, and I'm pretty sure I know which 2 it is, and I'm already pretty sure whose side I'm on. There's one boy who I love so far. So yeah, really enjoying this. Cannot wait to see where it goes and how twisty it gets. I've heard there's a lot of twists along the way here. One thing I would say is I was texting my friend about it, and I feel like there's already been like hundreds of little clues just mentioned in passing throughout. There's like little things that stuck out to me, but because there's been so many, like, I can't remember all of it, and I feel like I almost feel like I need to write everything down, like I'm playing Cluedo or something, so that I can start matching up clues. That is literally what I feel like, but I'm obviously not going to do that. It'll all make sense in the end. But I feel like this will be one that would be good to reread once you know the twists, because you probably would have had tons of clues to see them come in. But obviously it's just a lot to take in and it's very fast paced, so yeah. We are still sprinting on Ro's channel though, so I am going to get comfy again, get back to my little setup over here and continue reading. Hello! So I've actually just got done filming. That is why I'm in my filming setup right now. I've just filmed my August wrap up, which will be going up this Saturday, so you'll see that before you see this. I am going to go ahead and edit that just now and get it all uploaded and scheduled ahead of time, but I thought I would just give you a little update on my reading. It's Thursday, by the way. I'm not sure when I last spoke to you. Possibly Monday. It's Thursday though, and I have finished The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I finished this morning and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I love this, guys. Absolutely loved it. So fast paced, so twisty and turny. I can't remember if I explained before or not, but it's basically like the grandfather Tobias Hawthorne has left this puzzle for the grandsons and Avery to figure out. And he's left all these different clues around this mansion. They have to keep following the clues to find out the truth. And I just love that whole idea. So watching them follow the clues, trying to figure things out for myself was so fun. I couldn't put it down. The chapters are literally like 3 pages each, which we know always makes people read so much faster because you're always like, just one more chapter, just one more chapter, just one more chapter. And then before you know it, it's 2 o'clock in the morning and you're still reading. So yeah, absolutely love that aspect to it. Very twisty and turny, very shocking towards the end. There was a big twist right at the end, which I was waiting for because I know so many people had read this thinking it was a standalone, and then they got to the end and they were like, I'm sorry, what? Obviously I've got the second one to go on to, so that is fine. But also I can't remember what I've mentioned and what I've not, but there is a bit of a sort of love triangle in this between her and 2 of the brothers. And to begin with, I was very much on team one of the brothers, but towards the end I was starting to gravitate towards the other brother, and now I don't really know which brother's side I'm on. It's like the Salvatore brothers all over again. Although with Vampire Diaries, I started off Team Stefan, but it didn't take me very long to become Team Damon. So, I don't know. I don't know if the same thing's going to happen here. But either way, absolutely loving it. Hopefully the second book will allow me to make my decision on which brother's team I am on. But I do have the second one here, the Hawthorne Legacy. I think this one's about the same. Oh, I think this one's actually a little bit shorter. So, yeah. Can't wait to read this one, follow all the clues in this one because I'm sure there's many more to come. So yeah, I'll definitely be starting this tonight. I do have my reading sprints tonight, so I'm hoping to get a lot of reading done, hopefully. But right now I really need to go and edit that video, get it all scheduled because I am quite busy over the next couple of days. So yeah, that's the plan. Hi guys, so shock, I am ill again. I swear I used to be made of strong stuff, but for some reason over the past year I have become the most sickly little human, and I'm not here for it. I am full of the cold once again. I have not had a proper night's sleep in about 3 nights. I don't feel great, but I have been really enjoying this book. I am now up to page 259, so I've got about 100 pages I think left of the Hawthorne Legacy to read, and I am still really enjoying it. It is very similar to the first book, like they have the exact same feel. Like sometimes I feel like when you read a series, it feels a little bit disjointed, and one book can feel completely different to another book and can almost seem like it's written very differently, if that makes sense, whereas this is just like such a continuation from one book to another that you could totally merge them together and make one book. There have been so many twists and turns in this one as well. The story just does not stop. There was a lot in this that I did not see coming at all, and the more we find out, the more shocked I am and the more intrigued I am. The whole mystery and just like these illicit family secrets that are totally in the public eye, it's all very tense and very exciting, and there's very high stakes as well because of how rich this family is and how much they are in the public eye. There is the fear of obviously like their reputation being ruined, but also the fear of death. Like, Avery is not safe at all, and I'm just really loving again them sort of following all these clues, trying to work out what is happening, where things are going. And honestly, Tobias Hawthorne, the like grandfather from the beginning who left her this money, who left this massive like maze of secrets for them all to figure out, is a genius, and I just think it's so interesting seeing all the little clues that he's left, and I really want to know what the end goal is. Like, what is he trying to lead them to right now? I need to know. Like I said, I've only got about 100 pages left, so I am just going to go and sit and read this just now. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried. Like, I feel like it's going to be so good, but then I'm going to have to wait a year for the next book, and I'm pretty sure this one's going to end on another cliffhanger. Pretty sure that's what my friend said. It would make sense if it does, and I really just want everything tied up. Like, I don't usually read series as they come out. Usually I read them afterwards so that I can just binge them. So the fact that I'm going to have to wait a year to find out what happens next in this is going to absolutely kill me, but hopefully it'll be worth it. So yeah, I'm just gonna get comfy just now and finish off these last 100 pages. Hi guys, so I have officially finished The Hawthorne Legacy by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and I'm gonna give this one 4 out of 5 stars, I think, because I did really enjoy it, and those last sort of like 100 pages I was reading there, I was so into it, like completely hooked. Every chapter there was like a huge shocking cliffhanger at the end of every chapter. Brandon was getting annoyed with me because I was gasping at the end of every chapter, and he thought that like something serious was happening when really it was just me reacting to this book and all of the shocking twists. But for all of that and all of those shocking twists leading up to the actual ending, the ending itself was quite anticlimactic, I felt, and one of the twists I really enjoyed, and I thought it was a great idea, and then they sort of went back on it and twisted it again and turned it into something else, which I then didn't like, which is quite disappointing. The ending itself as well, like, it doesn't get me really excited for the third book. So the first book had quite a big cliffhanger at the end of it, so I needed to read the second book straight away because I needed to know what was going to happen next. Whereas this one, to be honest, it kind of could have been a duology. The way that this one is wrapped up, like, it feels like everything has been wrapped up in a nice little bow, and there's nothing that's really been left open-ended that is making me desperately need to pick up the next book. So I know the next book is coming out next year, and I'm not that bothered about the fact that I'm going to have to wait for it because there's nothing that I really need to know. There's not really any unanswered question, any cliffhanger that I'm dying to get the answer to, which is a little bit disappointing as well. But I did enjoy reading the book. It was a really good experience. I really enjoyed, like I said, all the twists and turns, following all those clues, just the whole vibe of it, which is why it is 4 stars. And I also really enjoyed the love triangle in this. So usually I'm not a huge love triangle fan, and usually that is because I am firmly on one person's side, and it really annoys me when the main character gives any sort of attention to the other one, because I'm like, no, you're making the wrong decision, just be with the one I want you to be with. Whereas in this one I think it's done really well because I've continually switched between the 2 love interests throughout both books, and I keep thinking I've set my mind on one, then I realise no, I actually like the other one. And now I am kind of on one of the guys' teams, but I can also see why she would want the other one, and I don't want either of them to be hurt, and I only want the best for both of them. So yeah, it's an interesting love triangle. It's actually one that I really understand for a change, and one that I want to know more about. So I was speaking to my friend about it, and we're wondering if maybe the third book is more about wrapping up the romance rather than anything to do with like the mystery and the clues and everything, because that seems to be quite tied up, unless the beginning of the third book throws something else into the works. But you would think that she would have put that in at the end of the second book to get you excited for the third one. I don't know. I don't really know where this one is going, but I have enjoyed my time with both these books this week, and that has allowed me to tick off 2 prompts for the Magical Readathon Novice Path. So that means I have now ticked off Tower of Rumination, read a 5-star prediction for the Inheritance games, which was a 5 stars, so that was very good. Usually my predictions are a little bit off, so I'm happy with that one. And then the second one was Aurelium Academy Arc, read a book with a school setting. And in this one, like I said, there was a school setting, it just wasn't the main setting, but it was one of the settings. She did go to school throughout the book, so I'm counting it. So that means altogether I have now read 3 books towards the Novice Path for Magical Readathon, which means technically I am done and I am fully into the readathon. You only had to read 2 in September in order to be able to participate. So I have achieved that. I'm all good to continue, but we still have a few weeks left in September, so I am going to try and work through the rest of my TBR. But yeah, that will end this very successful week's reading vlog. As always, if you did enjoy this video, then do please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe for more bookish content from me. Comment down below with any of your thoughts and feelings. I do reply to every single comment. I love you all, and I will see you in my next one.